I drove 6 hours to set up my sister's reveal, then overheard her mocking me, so I swapped it. I'm not proud of it, but I really ruined my sister Haley's big reveal out of spite. Haley's always been the golden kid. When I got into Yale on a full scholarship at 19, my parents barely said a word because they were busy throwing Haley a graduation party that week. Later, when I bought my first house, Mom texted, "Nice," and then asked if I could help Haley move again. So when Mom called last month saying Haley was pregnant and planning a huge reveal, I already knew what this was. Mom said, "Come early and help set up. It would mean so much to your sister." Haley and I hadn't really talked in 3 years, but I still drove 6 hours from Boston to Connecticut, hoping maybe this baby would make things different. I got there at 9 a.m. like Mom asked. Haley opened the door in pajamas with coffee and just stared at me. "Oh, you actually came," she said. Then she handed me a printed list. Decorations up by noon. Blush pink and sage green. Everything's in the garage. In the garage were boxes of decorations she picked out. I'd already paid about $300 for them because Mom said Haley was stressed. It was hot, like 87 degrees. I was outside alone, wrestling a balloon arch, taping signs, dragging tables, sweating non-stop. My arms were shaking. Haley stayed inside in the AC, FaceTiming friends about her dress and her vision. Every so often she'd pop out to criticize. "That banner is crooked. Those balloons don't match." By 1 p.m. her fiancé Jason showed up. I was in the kitchen getting water when I heard them in the hallway, laughing like I couldn't hear. Haley said, "I can't believe she drove all this way to be our party planner." Jason laughed and said, "Your mom really got her." Haley said, "We're saving like $1,200. She'll do anything for approval." I froze with my hand on the sink and felt my face burn. Then I saw the reveal cannon on the counter, label facing up, pink powder. Something in me snapped, like a switch flipping off. I grabbed my keys, drove to a party city nearby, and bought the exact same cannon, but blue powder. $24.99, cash. I drove back, waited until Haley went upstairs to do her makeup, and swapped them. I took the pink one and dumped it in a dumpster behind a grocery store. By 1:45, the backyard was full of people, phones out, music playing, a photographer moving around like it was a wedding. No one asked if I was okay. No one said thanks. At 3 p.m., everyone crowded in. Haley and Jason stood in the middle like it was a stage. Haley gave this sweet speech about family and blessings and how grateful she was. She thanked our parents, Jason's parents, her friends. She didn't thank me once. Then she lifted the cannon and smiled. "We're so excited to announce we're having a..." She pulled the trigger. Blue powder exploded all over her dress, her hair, Jason's white shirt, and the grass. People cheered anyway. "It's a boy!" someone yelled. Haley's smile died. "No!" she snapped. "That's wrong. It was supposed to be pink. We're having a girl." People laughed like she was joking. Jason stared at her. Haley looked around, wild-eyed, and shouted, "Someone switched it!" The photographer kept taking pictures like nothing was happening. I pushed forward with my best concerned face and said, "Wait, didn't you tell me yesterday it was definitely a girl? You texted me." Every head turned. Haley went pale. Jason's face changed. "You told her, but you didn't tell me?" Haley tried to talk, but her words came out messy and panicked. Someone muttered, "Why would you lie at your own reveal?" Haley started crying hard, yelling that it was sabotage, grabbing at Mom like Mom could fix it. But it just made her look unhinged, and people stepped back. I didn't stay for the rest. I slipped out the side gate, grabbed my bag, and walked straight to my car. My phone started ringing before I hit the end of the driveway. "Mom, again, again." On the third call I answered, and Mom screamed, "How could you do this? You ruined her special day." I said, calm, "How much did Haley say she saved by using me instead of hiring someone?" Mom shouted, "That doesn't matter." It did matter. I said, "I heard them. I drove 6 hours, paid for decorations, worked in the heat, and they laughed about me like I was free labor. I'm done." Mom tried to cut in, but I said, "Don't call me for setup again," and hung up. Then I blocked Mom, blocked Haley, blocked Jason, and turned my phone off as I got on the highway. Now everyone is calling me cruel for switching the powder. Was I out of line?